The steel ring post jammed into it once again. Kevin Sullivan carrying the battle outside the ring. And that one did a 360. Brad Armstrong fires back. Brad Armstrong catches him once again. Hard right hand.
GWH-TV, bringing you classic wrestling action sanctioned by the Georgia Wrestling History Network. Welcome back, everybody, to another action-packed episode of Georgia Wrestling History TV on the Georgia Wrestling History News Network. I'm Kenny J, here once again with John Stoney Cannon, and it's part 2 of our little gimmick series.
Dose!
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All kinds of wrestlers with all kinds of just awful gimmicks, and we're going to talk about them and show some of them, and be a good time. And if you've been paying attention to our podcast on Friday nights, there have been discussions about them there too. So tune into those, check them out.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
You know, and there's a awesome indie show coming up this upcoming weekend. So I'm got the top hat on. Yep.
Yeah, something about a Sweetwater, something or other.
Yep.
It's going to come to me eventually.
Yep. So
But
I decided to go with like a top hat instead of like coming out like in the buff.
Okay, yeah. See, okay, Viral Pro Wrestling.
Viral Pro, that's it.
Saturday night, Buff Bagwell is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh yeah. Cool. And that's going to be exciting. That whole card is just like, whoa! So come
that's
out.
Going to be the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the stuff.
John Schuyler!
Yep.
Woo!
All
right, baby! Ring of Honor, NXT, and WWE.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be awesome. But he's going to be talking about that later in the show.
We'll have a whole like minute and a half dedicated to that later. So.
Yeah, so no need to go on and on and on and on about some indie promotion over there in the middle of the boonies somewhere. You can just talk about it later, man. So let's get on to some real wrestling.
Oh yeah, so we've got our opening bell match, and of course the last time we had wrestlers with all these just gimmicks, just nope. And
yeah, if you listen to the podcast, GWH TV Talk, like over a week ago, we had a discussion about our picks, like our top 10 wrestlers who had the most gimmicks. 90% of them, they weren't known for. So we decided to pull some. We were sitting around and go, hey, you know what? I wonder what they were like. Is this person that person? And so we found some of these videos and decided that's what we'd have on our show for 2 weeks. So
definitely.
So
sometimes it's good to go with a theme. Makes things a little easier.
So and our opening bell match. What's really really cool about this is not only did this guy have like the most amount of gimmicks out of anybody on the list. You can also add other gimmicks like Hogan Lackey. I think he wrestled as Hogan Lackey or something like that. Hogan Jr. maybe, or maybe like Hogan Chauffeur or something like that. That's what people were telling me. I don't know. But
yeah, we've got Ed Leslie.
Ed Leslie? Who is Ed Leslie?
Ed Leslie is best known as Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
No wonder he decided to go under. I mean, Brutus isn't exactly like a intimidating name, but compared to Ed Leslie,
well, there's something like Caesarian about that.
I mean, I'd be more scared of like if better back down. My name's Alfalfa. I'd be more scared of Alfalfa. Jeez, Ed Leslie, really? Sorry, dude.
But see, to make up for that, he's got all kinds of gimmicks. He's got so many different monikers, aliases, whatever you want to call it. Gimmicks.
Yep.
Gimmicks.
Such as?
Ed Boulder.
Ed Boulder. You know why he was called Ed Boulder?
Why, that has something to do with Terry Boulder?
Yes, because he was Hulk Hogan's brother.
Oh, okay.
Brother, get it?
Uh-huh.
See, why do you think? That's probably why Hulk Hogan eventually would go on and he'd say, hey, you gonna get in the ring with me, brother? Because, brother, I'm gonna beat you up, brother. Yeah, brother.
Yep. And
So,
Brother Bruti.
Brutai. Yeah, well,
Brute.
that's, that was an easy way to refer to him without having to, be sued for saying Brutus, I guess. So
Sure. Okay.
the butcher, but not the butcher. So, I mean, hey, and here, the greatest gimmick name of all time. The man with no name.
Yeah, all right.
How easy is that?
Did he eventually get a name?
Hey, let me see. What am I going to call myself? You know what? I'm just not even going to give
Screw
myself
it.
a name. I'm the man with no name. I don't need a gimmick. I'm the man with no name.
There's your gimmick.
Damn! No name. There you go. And then, of course, there was like the loudest character he ever played.
The Zodiac.
The Zodiac.
The Zodiac.
And then, of course, he was the Booty Man. I still, to this day, don't understand the Booty Man. He was the guy that looked like a biker, like a member of the Hells Angels meets a hippie band, the Disciple. And then, on a couple occasions, he was simply that mask guy that just showed up and beat up people. He
That's
was
at least better than the man with no name.
the mask guy. Hey, who is that mask man? And where's he from? He's from Parts Unknown.
Oh,
Parts Unknown. So,
that's original. Ooh.
there you go.
Maybe
But
back then it was original.
this week we got Ed, and he's wrestling as Ed Boulder. And he's wrestling not with the other Boulder guy, but some Monty dude, maybe Del Monte, and taking on Bass and Austin and something. It's like a match from 1979.
Cool.
So,
Far out.
we probably should get to this match because I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, thinking about all these.
Is that cool?
dumb
Can
gimmicks.
we?
Yeah.
Can we head on out of here?
Yeah.
Let's
no,
head.
See you in a minute.
Let's head.
Hey, come on, get us some poles up there, beautiful.
Hey, why don't you,
hey, Blondie,
go
get
in
us
the
some
ring?
poles. Come on, get us one of them big ones, boy. Come on.
Danny,
Show that beautiful
would you get them all up in the
there.
ring?
Hey, what's the man doing? Hey, Russell, can't you get the man to pose for us just one time?
look at the body.
Hey, Freddie.
He came in here to wrestle, not pose, so if you'd get in there. Pete, would you go on in the ring?
Hey, if you can't give a man, why don't you give it the Farrah Fawcett look in, boy? Come on, show us some play.
Come on, Ron.
What's wrong with the man? Let's see
Get him
that
on up
beautiful
in there.
body. Let's see that beautiful body. Hey, come on, let's go, dude.
Ron Bass trying to put down Eddie Boulder, who's making his first appearance on our championship wrestling with young Dallas Montgomery as his partner. I have no envy for that team going against the team of Bass and Austin. Boy, what a big one. Okay, Davey, they're in the ring. Let's see if we can get the introductions.
It's one fall, 20-minute time limit match, introducing at a total of 480 pounds from Florida, Eddie Boulder, and his partner from Dallas, Texas, Dallas Montgomery. Going against them at a total weight of 575 pounds. From Pampa, Texas, Ron Bass. His partner from Boston, Massachusetts, Pete Austin. They have Danny Davis, their manager, over in their corner.
And Bass is picking at Eddie Boulder, and they're
Eddie Bell
just using some of that psych. Ron Bass saying he's going to, and Bass jumps him from behind before he gets started. Pete Austin and referee Jerry Calhoun says, let's get it started. And Dallas Montgomery starts inauspiciously, Dave, as Bass has jumped Boulder right away and is hammering away on him. He's got him bleeding as he jumped him when Boulder turned around, and Dallas Montgomery out of the ring on his back as Bass has really busted open Eddie Boulder. Right after the introductions, the referee said, let's do it, and Boulder turned around. He slammed, got slammed from behind with Ron Bass. Bass giving it to Pete Austin, and Pete Austin he never had a chance. Boulder never had a chance, Dave. He didn't even get started before Bass dumped him from behind and hammered his head into the turnbuckles. Boy, and he... Eddie, a mess. Come on, hey. Dallas Montgomery trying to come in. The bell did ring, Dave.
Yeah,
and,
it's underway.
First bit of action came after it. Turn around. Get up. Yeah. Yeah, Danny. Ron Bass back in there, and they are slaughtering Eddie Boulder. Never had a chance. Pete Austin tagged by Bass, and they are just absolutely murdering him. Come on, Jerry, let's stop this thing. That is ridiculous. Pete Austin, Ron Bass just taking turns on a guy that never even got started in there. They jumped him beforehand. I don't know why Jerry doesn't go ahead and just stop the thing. He sends Dallas Montgomery back out, and he's just continuing to let this go on and on as Ron Bass and Pete Austin are just hammering Eddie Boulder and continuing to do so. Bass continuing, yeah, how's he going to wrestle? He never even got a chance to start wrestling as Bass jumped him from behind, busted him wide open. Jerry, he's through. Why don't you stop the thing?
It's gone on for almost 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes, count of one, and he picks him up. Now that's too much. He had him down. Why don't you stop it? That's enough on it. I'm going to stop the thing. Hey, come on. That's it. Let's just get him out of there and get something else in. That's ridiculous. Come on, hey. Ron Bass continuing just to hammer Boulder. What a first time on Championship Wrestling for Boulder is Pete Austin. All right. That's enough. Get it stopped. Montgomery knocked out of the ring, and they just continue to hammer on.
Oh, that was a good one. Won it.
Uh-huh. What?
That was a good match.
Oh, yeah, they're all good matches,
Sure.
especially those opening bell matches.
Yeah.
You know what I really like about those opening bell matches?
What's that?
I like the bell.
Yeah.
'Cause it's kind
Wakes
of
you
like
up.
an alarm.
I mean,
ding, ding.
yeah. Yeah, well, we've reached that part of the show that we always reach after the opening bell, where it's
Waffle
time
House?
to. Not yet. That's later.
Oh. Okay.
We take a look at tongue-tied. Take a look at wrestlers that got their start in the South and went on to bigger and better things, and we call it Made in the South.
Made in the South, like Waffle House.
Yeah, those are made in the South, and now they've kind of gotten everywhere.
Yep.
It's weird. And they're like out as far as like Wyoming now or something.
Cool. So who popped out in the South?
Glenn Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does. I believe that
Were you on last show, maybe?
I think so. That was Kane.
Kane.
The Undertaker's brother.
Yeah, my name was Glenn. I'd probably want to change it to Kane too. So,
Yeah.
well, you know what's odd is
Nice to meet you. My name's Glenn.
Wouldn't Kane's brother be able to wrestle? Maybe so. All right. Well,
onto something.
Yeah, as we told you last time, also known as last show, he was known as Angus King.
And the Christmas creature
we had on the show.
Bomber, and the Diesel guy.
Big Diesel, yeah. But on this show,
he's
Doomsday, right?
Oh.
I mean,
Bum 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 bum.
you gotta ask yourself, what's scarier, Kane or Doomsday?
Doomsday. I think Doomsday.
I think so.
Yeah.
Doomsday. Isn't that like another one of them Marvel, DC superhero characters or something like that?
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be. It's also this great set piece in like an old video game, but that's a whole thing for another time.
Yeah.
So, oh man, so what's going on? This is a tag match we got going on here.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is like a
think
whole
so.
jumble of things there.
Oh yeah, I think he's teaming up with the Master Blaster, and I don't think.
Speaking
it's
of old video games,
I don't think it's the Master Blaster that we will, that we know another gimmick from another guy, and they're taking on like the Texas Ranger, or no, actually I want to say Doomsday is taking on the Master Blaster and the Texas Ranger. in Memphis wrestling. So
All right, so we've got
maybe it's a
Chuck
handicap,
Norris,
or I don't know.
and yeah, great. Chuck Norris is going to be there. I'm happy about that.
There you go.
Yeah, woohoo! Texas Ranger, let's go.
All right. Hey, Memphis again. Yes.
Texas and Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing already in the ring at a combined weight of 562 pounds, the team of the Texas Ranger and the Master Blaster. Their opponent, soon to be making his way to the ring area, accompanied by Luther Biggs. Weight unknown, wrestling out of the wastelands, here is the massive Doomsday. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
I got to tell you, Lance, last week when Doomsday made his debut in the USWA, I was very impressed by the size and the ability of this athlete. Even though they announce his weight unknown, he goes at about 340. He stands at 6'9". And I'll tell you, this guy, I don't know who can step in the ring that can stop this big guy.
Well, a couple of big guys that are going against him in the handicap match. The Master Blaster, obviously the one in the mask at the moment. He charges in, and the Texas Ranger just got flattened on his back with 1 foot in the air. There's a choke slam coming down from Doomsday. He gets hammered, and he just shook it off, Michael, like they didn't even hit him.
You know, Luther Biggs, when he first came into the USWA, didn't think a lot of him. I think a lot of him now, but I'll say this for him. He went out and found this guy. I don't know where he found him, but my question to him last week was, could he wrestle? And boy, can he not only wrestle, he can handle himself in and out of the ring. And he's just so massive that nobody can take the man off his feet. Look at that. He's just overpowering.
I'm telling you, he hit him with that clothesline, that snap clothesline. Bam! Look at that. And the Texas Rangers' head just bouncing off that mat every time he goes down. Here comes the Master Blaster. I'm sure he didn't want to get back in there with him, but he felt he had to, and he is caught right as he comes through the rope. Pounded on, and there he is, Doomsday, who has been most impressive. And immediately when you see a guy this big and this capable, you say, who can stop somebody that big, Michael?
And I'll tell you, in this kind of match, Lance, it's not like tag team rules. He's wrestling both men in the ring at one time.
Right. Drops down hard on the Texas Ranger, and back comes the Master Blaster. He was going to do a little blasting, but he never got it underway. The foot caught him in the midsection. In the air, and the power bomb right down from Doomsday. Now, you look how big. We're sitting there looking at this guy do this, and these guys are 240, 235, 32, count of 1 and 2, and Bill Rush, the referee, counts 3. You believe it?
I'll tell you, that's not the nature of the match, to beat both men at once, but that's entirely what he did. He exactly did what he said he could do and beat 2 men, but he beat them at the same identical moment, and you don't see that very often. And I'll tell you, Luther Biggs, you've been seeing him take notes, and I know he's developing a stable. But this Doomsday is something else.
Boy, I guess he is. We'll be seeing more of him, and I'm sure Luther Biggs just popping out of his buttons right there with the success of him. You said PG-13 back with an attitude problem, huh?
They are back in the USWA. They are claiming to be part of ECW. It is, Lance.
Yeah, boy, let's take a break. We'll be back with action still to come in just a moment.
Hey everybody, coming to you live from Mike Garrett's house. This is the team for Georgia Wrestling History TV Talk. Mike is over there. Stoney's pointing at Mike. That is Will Wheeler. And of course Stoney and myself, Kenny J. We just want to let you guys know, tune in every Friday night, 7 p.m. Check out our podcast, GWH TV Talk. It's a good time. It's good hanging out.
We talk about some crappy stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Crappy stuff. And it's available on demand on Georgia Wrestling History website, blogspot, thingy. And we hang out with this guy right here, too. Hey, mister. Where'd you go? He's over there. So.
You don't like me, Ken.
Mister. Here's Mister right here.
There he is. Aww.
Yeah, sometimes he'll talk, too.
There he is. Cool, great. Well, you guys tune in on Fridays, and we'll see you then. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting edition of VPW on GWH TV.
I'm Kenny J, here with more news about the upcoming viral pro wrestling show, Infection 2. That's so close, it's coming Saturday. It's like 5 or 6 days away. Going to be out in Thompson, Georgia, as usual, Sweetwater Gym. 6:30 is when the doors open, bell at 7. Be there, check it out. The card is going to be insane, as I have previously mentioned a few times now. We've got that I Quit match between Six and Chris Maine, Tracer X and Chip Day, the Lenny Stratton and Nicole Payne versus Kiera Hogan and Owen Knight intergender tag match. What else we got going on? John Schuyler from Ring of Honor and NXT and a little bit of WWE taking on Hex. And Buff Bagwell will also be in action, signing autographs, taking photos with fans. White Mike is coming back from the previous show. That's going to be a lot of fun. And last week, I brought up a 4-way elimination tag match between the teams of the Lynch Mob, the Ugly Ducklings, the Hierarchy, and the Hellhounds. I can't wait for that one. The action in that one's just going to be through the roof. I mean, we're going to have to go outside for that one, probably. There's just not going to be enough room in that gym. Also, last week, I mentioned Sugar Dunkerton taking on Effie. And I have one more announcement for you this week. Sean Legacy will be taking on Kid Riot Saturday night at the Sweetwater Gym. And I believe that is all the news I have for you on the VPW front. So, come out Saturday night, 6:30 is when the doors open. Show starts at 7, and we'll see you there. And I'll be back in just a minute with Stoney.
Attention viral pro wrestling fans! VPW has been infecting the CSRA for an entire year, and it's time to go back to where it all began, with viral pro wrestling Infection 2. Come on out to the Sweetwater Gym in Thompson, Georgia on Saturday, August 12th for VPW's most infectious show to date. Many of your favorite superstars will be there, including Kiera Hogan, White Mike, the Ugly Ducklings, and for the first time in VPW, WCW and NWO superstar Buff the Stuff Bagwell takes it to the ring. Plus, the event you've waited all summer for, the I Quit match between Champion 6 and number 1 contender Chris Maine. All this and much more hits the mat on Saturday, August 12th at Sweetwater Gym for Viral Pro Wrestling Infection 2. Viral Pro Wrestling, infecting the CSRA.
It's going to be quite the energetic show.
Did you say Sean Riot and Kid Legacy?
Sean Legacy and Kid Riot.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Two guys, their energy is through the roof, so this one's going to be a doozy. So
I'm just glad I know sometime over there there'll be a potty break time.
Oh, well, there's always intermission. They can't expect people to just sit there for forever. Or
Or
maybe they can. I mean, I would.
I don't know.
I'd just sit there. Like,
So
keep it rolling, you know? Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling that match is going to be one of those where I should have my no-fly zone sign thing going. But whatever.
No, we're also kind of sitting off away from everybody.
Yeah,
So we're going to be in our own little corner.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So.
Great. So yeah, I know I'm excited. So you guys come out Saturday. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. All right. And I mean, well, you probably have memorized the information by now with how many times I've spat it out to you. So it doesn't need repeating. So
that's the part of the show I typically don't watch. So I'll just be surprised when I get there.
There you go. Cool. So it is time for our Georgia Championship Wrestling on GWH TV segment.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to talk about VPW forever.
I mean, we could, but we'll do that later. So what's going on this time on GCW back in the 80s?
You know, a whole bunch of people talking trash, you know, little Gordon Soley, blah, 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 just all cool stuff. And then, you know, just kind of to go with the whole kind of gimmick thing, like Steve Keirn, who was like a champion, I think the junior champion or something. He's taken on a very young, still mustachioed Stan Lane.
All right.
Pre-Midnight Express Stan Lane.
Okay, so is that where it falls into our gimmicks category?
Oh yeah, and it's kind of cool because he kind of almost looks like Ed Boulder with the blonde hair and the mustache.
Right, so it's like it's a subtle callback to the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it's back in the days where guys liked bleach. But for some reason, they never seemed to, like, if they grew facial hair, they never seemed to want to bleach of that, except for Hulk Hogan.
Maybe it hurt more.
I don't know.
I'm burning too many skin cells. I mean, it's bleach. It can't be good for you.
I don't know. Or maybe bleach has made mustache rides more difficult.
Or maybe it's made these people, like, live so long.
It's
maybe
possible.
bleach is the secret to life.
Bleach. Well, most of them
Don't
still have
drink
good
it.
hair.
Yeah.
I know people say Ric Flair's hair, but I mean, Ric Flair's like 100. I mean, eventually your hair's gonna. So.
Yeah, his hair will never die.
So. But yeah, this is GCW, so this will be good. We should sit down for this. It's usually a long, very exciting, tiresome experience.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well,
especially if you got to sit down for like Legacy and what's his face. And
I'm gonna sit down. So,
all right,
I'll see you in a minute.
His opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Georgia heavyweight champion, Steve Keirn.
Well, this has to be a tough test indeed for Steve Keirn. Nature Boy Stanley Lane, an extremely dangerous adversary. And you'll notice Lane moves in very quickly, collar and elbow. And the back into the ring ropes, a clean break by Steve Keirn. Lane watching his man circle. Quick takedown by Lane. So Keirn watching his man. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Lane in the green trunks. Keirn. Good fireman carry takedown. Lane back to one knee, watching his man. The referee with the count. Yeah, I just explained that at this point in time, of course, if Lane should score a pinfall victory on Steve Keirn, that would put him in automatic #1 contention for the Georgia Heavyweight Championship. Long takedown by Steve Keirn on Nature Boy Stanley Lane. Lane trying to move in under that shin, see if he can't get some pressure and break that side headlock. Keirn keeping the side headlock now. Lane looking for a way to go. Remember now that he has to not only figure out how to escape, but then what his next offensive move is going to be. Came out of it, caught with his shoulder. Steve Keirn off the ropes, up and over his man. Lane, confused by all this, stood up, and it was Keirn catching him with a hip lock takedown once again. Keirn, the Georgia heavyweight champion, keeps the pressure on the man, keeps the hip lock takedown and the side headlock. Lane came up with a head. There's another hip lock takedown by Keirn. Steve Keirn, who went to Robinson High School in Tampa, went on to college in Mississippi, was a powerlifting champion, outstanding amateur wrestler. He participated in all forms of sports as an amateur. Lane from the Carolinas, very, very impressive background. Lane caught with a shoulder sling, good by Keirn, up and over his man. Lane hooked him with a lariat coming off the rope, and that stunned the champion. Keirn could be in trouble here, and Lane now moving very confidently, and Keirn in trouble. That lariat stunned him rather badly, and Lane is quick to take advantage of it. Lane with a full body slam on Steve Keirn, and so Lane looking now score if he can a pinfall or a submission hold on the newly crowned Georgia heavyweight champion. Salto by Lane, and Lane going with everything he's got, and Keirn has got problems. He's got serious problems with his back. Caught Lane coming in, but Lane drives the knee into the chest of Steve Keirn. And so, Nature Boy Stanley Lane, sensing a victory here, realizing this will put him in #1 contention for the Georgia Heavyweight Championship, uses a backbreaker. Keirn comes out of it before the count of 3, but Keirn is in trouble here. The Georgia Heavyweight Champion whips off the ropes. Up behind his head has the sleeper. Steve Keirn scores with the sleeper hold. Keirn with the sleeper hold. Baron von Raschke in the ring. Baron von Raschke has just come into the ring and pounding away on Steve Keirn. Baron von Raschke, the man that Steve Keirn defeated for the Georgia Heavy. Von Raschke tried to ram him into that ring post, but caught his shoulder in that ring post, and Von Raschke trying to go with the claw, misses as Keirn rolled out of the way. It was Keirn catching now the flying drop kick, and Von Raschke caught in those ropes. Von Raschke caught in those ropes, and it is Steve Keirn ripping away at Baron von Raschke. Baron von Raschke pounding away at that arm. Pounding away at that arm, and von Raschke missed with that claw. Now they finally pulled Keirn away. They finally pulled him off. The referee's finally trying to get some control. And von Raschke's hurt. Von Raschke has been hurt. His shoulder or his arm. Von Raschke down on the canvas, and he is obviously in severe pain. He hit that steel ring post. He was trapped in those ropes. Steve Keirn pounding away on that shoulder, and there's no question about it. Baron von Raschke, the German strongman, has suffered some form of injury to either the arm or the shoulder. You can see his face is absolutely wreathed in pain at this particular time. Von Raschke in tremendous pain. But Keirn, the Georgia heavyweight champion, restrained in the corner, and will be back. We'll be back in a moment.
Oh, man.
The 80s wrestling action is good, but it wears you out,
I'm
man.
telling you, man. I'm glad the show's over. I'm ready to go to Waffle House, Steve.
Well, hang on a second.
What?
We got the main event.
Are you shitting me? I mean, kidding me?
Nope.
God. How much more old school stuff can we go through? I wore the hat, right?
Yeah. And
Gee,
this cool hat.
man.
And the denim vest.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. We still got the gimmick stuff.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So,
So our gimmick man for the main event tonight is Robert James.
Oh, really, Robert James?
Yes.
So let me guess. He's maybe the spinster or the killer wave, or I mean, he's got to have some kind of crazy name. I mean, Robert James.
He's Brad Armstrong.
Really?
Yep.
Brad Armstrong.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I thought that was his real name.
I mean,
you can't get any more boring than Brad Armstrong. I mean,
sure you can. John Smith.
That's all he ever was Brad Armstrong. I mean, come on. I mean, how does he fit in?
I don't know. How do these others fit in? Fantasia. How does that fit in?
Who's Fantasia?
That's one of his other gimmicks.
Really?
Yep. I guess the old Disney movie from 49 or whenever the heck it came
Oh,
out.
jeez. Please tell me he had better names than Fantasia. Cause that
Bad Street.
Oh, Bad Street.
Yeah.
That was Bad Street. He was Bad Street. Hung out with my boys.
Yeah. Bad Street.
Oh wow, the Freebirds.
Not Backstreet, but
the fabulous Freebirds. Cool.
in BA, which I can only assume
BA.
stands
What the
for-
hell does that mean?
Does it mean badass?
I don't know.
Probably.
What else could it stand for?
Bad apple.
Why would Brad Armstrong be BA?
Whoa! I think you just blew this whole thing wide open.
Uh-oh. What?
Brad Armstrong.
Oh, no.
BA.
You can't be that simple.
That's it.
Wow.
He's got it.
Wow, it's brilliant. Somebody was
It's
sitting,
so stupid. It's brilliant.
Somebody was sitting around going, "Hey,
Talk
look."
about a buzzkill. Oh,
What?
buzzkill. That's one of his other gimmicks.
Oh, well, that you know why he got that gimmick?
Hmm.
It was kind of compares him to the Road Dog because that's his
Okay.
little brother in real life.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, we've got good old Brad Armstrong.
He's defending the CCW title against some guy that we kind of had on the show recently.
Yep.
Not too long ago.
One Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan, but I think this is evil Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, the devil one.
Oh man, we don't have the well, it's somewhere.
Screw your bad vibes.
Yep. All right. Well, you know what? Maybe we should
Save ourselves from the devil. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan's with me. He's in one of those big championship matches.
I'm not one of the big. I'm in the most important match of my career. You see, the Tennessee Stud sent me to do a job. I got the job done. Robert and Jimmy didn't. Now, his old man is hiding behind a mistake. Bob, the mistake you committed 24 years ago on some hot August night, that you have to look at it every morning when you get up, Brad's ugly face. I'm going to take care of him right there in Knoxville, just like I dropped Cooley on his head. Brad, I'm going to snap your little pigeon neck and force the old man to wrestle me. Come on, Bullet, let's see what you got.
Back to you, Gordon.
Knoxville Civic Center, the Continental title.
Continental title against Kevin Sullivan. You know, Kevin Sullivan is no stranger to the Knoxville area. I know Knoxville has had Kevin Sullivan up to here. He used to have his own television show where he had his fallen angel come out and stand with him the whole time. Well, he's a bizarre individual as it is, and there really is no way to prepare for a match except run yourself into walls, and that's about what Kevin Sullivan is. He's a stocky little fire hydrant, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to pull a plug on you, Kevin Sullivan, and I'm going to do it at the Super Bowl. There's about 5 or 6 title matches. The Continental title's up for grabs, brother, but it's not in your reach. So live with it, Kevin Sullivan. Knoxville, Friday nights, fall right for fighting.
All right, and that's Brad Armstrong telling you what it's all about on Friday night. On the 17th in Knoxville at the Knoxville Civic Center, Continental Championship Wrestling returns to Knoxville.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match, a special 30-minute TV time limit, 30 minutes, is for the Continental Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. From Singapore, the challenger at 245 pounds, here is Kevin the Mystic Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, from Marietta, Georgia, from one of wrestling's most famous families, the current Continental Heavyweight Champion at 230 pounds, here's Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong. One fall with a 30-minute time limit.
All right, Continental Championship on the line. Remember, later on, hopefully, if we have time, we're going to be seeing the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair. But look at Brad Armstrong, Continental Champion, and he's really pounding away at Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan, however, gets him an... Brad Armstrong ducks away. The back of the hand, and Brad Armstrong, a beautiful standing drop kick. As Kevin Sullivan, formerly at Boston, now of Singapore, outside the ring. And Brad Armstrong wasting no time. Armstrong giving away about 20 pounds. Sullivan rips across the eyes. Sullivan catches him again. Good block by Sullivan, but Armstrong connects with 2 right hands. A 3rd right hand. Irish whip into the far turnbuckle. A walk out into a hip lock takedown by Brad Armstrong. Special hello to Jamison Nicole. Keeping him on the canvas. Catches him with a side headlock once again. Remember, the Continental title on the line. Sullivan outside the ring, and he's trying to slip away from Brad Armstrong. Now they're both outside the ring. Referee Roy George tolling the count. Brad Armstrong jammed into that steel ring post. Jammed into it once again. Kevin Sullivan carrying the battle outside the ring. And that one did a 360. Brad Armstrong fires back. Brad Armstrong catches him once again. Hard right hand. Sullivan back into the ring. Brad Armstrong moving in right after him. Ooh.
Caught by Sullivan. Brad Armstrong dropped to the canvas. Armstrong in the red trunks, and he's got problems. Sullivan, 245 pounds, built along the lines of a Sherman tank. High vertical suplex by Sullivan. Brad Armstrong powers out. And it's Sullivan missing. Brad Armstrong catches him, cross-body block. Sullivan got those shoulders off before the count. To an outside cradle by Brad Armstrong. Sullivan catches him. Armstrong hurdled from the ring once again. Sullivan. Back in control, if you will. On. Roy George tolling the count. Sullivan moving outside the ring, moves against Brad Armstrong. And the Irish whips him into the steel guardrail outside the ring, the outer perimeter. Catches him once again. Brad Armstrong in trouble as the lumbar section of his back caught it. Again, Sullivan pressing that advantage. Brad Armstrong in a lot of trouble. Move by Armstrong up and over his man. No, sir. Sullivan slipped away from it and now turns the tables on Brad Armstrong. Now Sullivan punishing Armstrong. Him in the standing crossbow. So Sullivan has everything going his way at this point in time. Brad Armstrong in trouble now as he tries to break free. The crowd picking up the chant now as the thousands jam the Boutwell Auditorium, chanting, "Go, Brad, go." And they are solidly with young Brad Armstrong. Sullivan maintaining his dominance at this point in time. Referee Roy George checking with Armstrong. Armstrong is not a quitter. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that's exactly what Armstrong is all about. The minute the going gets tough, brother, he starts to move. And that's exactly what he's doing at this point in time. Look at the way he's moving Sullivan. Sullivan has a leverage advantage here. But that isn't the advantage he took. Sullivan jamming one of those powerful shoulders into the midsection of Brad Armstrong. Remember now, the Continental title on the line. One fall with a 30-minute television time limit. Armstrong fires back. Sullivan fires in retaliation. Now Sullivan uncorks a hard right hand, and that has Armstrong down. No, sir. Foot on the ropes. Sullivan punishing Armstrong.
Armstrong retaliating. Armstrong turning the tables here. And it's Armstrong ducking away. Armstrong. Well, they both collided there. You could hear the crack of those skulls as they collided in midair. Armstrong back on his feet. He closes in a hard right hand on Kevin Sullivan. Armstrong now catches him with a beautiful standing drop kick. Armstrong closes in. Lateral press. And Armstrong, that adrenaline is really beginning to flow now. He is fired up. Tried to set him for a backdrop. Sullivan caught him. Pile driver. He caught him with that pile driver. We have a new Continental champion. Caught him with a karate chop to the back of the head. Then with the pile driver, it is all over. We've got a new Continental champion in Kevin Sullivan. For the official word, here's our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, a time of 10 minutes and 5 seconds, your winner and new Continental Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the Mystic, Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan, the winner.
Okay, well, it looks like we have lived to pray another day. So,
yeah,
no curses here.
And not to evil either. Not to evil. So, but you know what I want to pray to? I want to pray to the great altar of
Waffle House?
Waffle House. Scattered, smothered, covered. Scattered, smothered, covered. Yeah! Woo!
I had a feeling that was coming. That does sound pretty good.
All right.
So,
we're gonna go from like evil people to awful waffle. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm even gonna wear the hat there. What do you think they'll say?
They'll be like, "Hey, what's going on, Sir Elton John?"
Elton John?
I don't know.
I
guess more of the glasses and the hat.
I can be sit there, and I can sing like, Rocket Man.
Yeah, there.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cool.
All right. Well, one more time, I'm going to say, come out Saturday night, Viral Pro Wrestling, Infection 2, Sweetwater Gym, Thompson, Georgia. Doors open 6:30. Show starts at 7.
And everybody go to Waffle House. He's buying. It's on him.
Yeah, nice try.
Everybody. Let's go. Meet us there.
Last week, I think almost everybody knew them before from their activities as the Southwest Tag Champs. The Grapplers getting ready to go in the ring.
Now, I want you people in the Mid-South to stop and take a look. Get up here, boys, a second. Look at the greatest tag team in the sport of professional wrestling today. The Grapplers. Hey, shut up while I'm out here talking. I told you to shut up already. You know something, Lance? I was wrestling over in Texas, and all I can hear is this guy keeps running around giving rumors named Ricky Morton, telling everybody in the Mid-South that he's going to get even with the Grapplers for hurting his leg. You know, he come home and he's going to...
He did hurt the leg.
That's right, and we hurt it bad. You know why? Because he keeps sticking his nose in our business. He don't know when to get out of the way and slide on. Let me tell you something, Ricky Morton, and let me tell your partner something, Mr. Gibson. You best leave him alone. Just stay away from him. Because anybody that's associated with Rick Morton is going to wind up getting hurt. You know, I watch these guys, they call themselves the Rock and Roll Express. They come down the aisle with those fancy red breeches on and that headband, and all the pretty girls are kissing on them, patting them on the back and telling them how great they are. Well, let me tell you something, Morton and Gibson. You're looking at two men right here that's dedicated all their life at being the best wrestler they know how to be. We don't need nobody to pat us on the back and tell us how great we are, how good we are. Brother, we know what we're capable of inside that squared circle. You're messing with the Grapplers. Rick Morton, you're a marked man. You better be ready. And all these people in the Mid-South, you listen up. If Morton was going to do something about us hurting his leg, he'd have done something about it way back over in Texas. He wouldn't wait for us to come here to do it. But if you want to, brother, you got your opportunity to step in the ring with the Grapplers. Because they got a name for you when you're the greatest team in the sport of professional wrestling today. They don't call you a great team, they call you the Grapplers. Just stand back and watch this, Lance.
Okay, there they are, the Grapplers, and I'll tell you, we know enough about Rick Morton, and Rick Morton means exactly what he has to say, and we're going to be seeing more of that situation later on. David.
That's the one fall 15-minute time limit match coming up here. A total weight of 407 pounds. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, Tom Mayle and Jim Jamison. And going against him at a total of 458 pounds from parts unknown, the Grapplers. This one fall 15-minute time limit match. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Woogie-doo. One of them goes out, and here we go. Starting out with Tom Mayle going against the Grappler.
Tom Mayle off his feet quickly. Grappler picks him back up, smacks him in the forehead with a fist. Mayle battling back. Grappler slams him into the ropes. This is a Grappler that did all the talking in the interview. Grappler number 1. Upper arm. Mayle trying to elbow him back to get on his feet. Grappler moves him over to the corner. One holds him up. Whoa! Mayle moves out of the way. The Grappler nails his partner out on the apron. Mayle grabs him in a headlock. Tom picked up in the air. Knee dropped by the Grappler. Tom Mayle back by the corner. Makes the tag on Jim Jamison as he goes by. Jamison's first appearance in the match. 1 minute into the action. Grapplers make a tag. Jamison held up back on the ropes while the other Grappler let him have it with a fist to the midsection. That was a forearm there that time. All right. Slam by the Grappler. He drops with the elbow. Jamison moved out of the way, but the Grappler grabs him by the hair before he can get to the corner. A knee lift puts Jim Jamison down on the mat. Tag made again by the Grapplers. Jamison off the ropes. Grappler forearm to the midsection. Grapplers rugged tag team into the territory from Texas, as I think you've heard them say. Mayle back on the ropes. Grappler using the knee. Mayle trying to fire that right hand. Battle back. Right. Mayle and Jamison giving these guys a battle all they can. Mayle picked up in the air. He's body slammed. Grapplers make a tag. One of them climbs the rope. The other holds Mayle up in the air. Oh. He covers 1, 2, and 3. Well, not much doubt about it there. When they held Mayle up in the air, the other Grappler came off the ropes. That one was going to wrap it up for Tom Mayle. He was unable to get up. They pinned him easily. Grapplers leave the ring with an insult for Rick Morton as they leave. 2 minutes, 33 seconds of time, 2:33. And then the win in the match goes to the Grapplers.
Yeah, I think they keep prodding Rick Morton and his partner, Robert Gibson. They're going to get a little prod right back again. We're going to take time out.